Okay, today we have the Konica Auto S. It's the Konica Auto S. This camera came out, they also made an Auto S2. This is the second one of these that I have found. It has a 47mm f1.9 hexagon lens, which is a really good lens. It's considered a really sharp lens. I love the build quality. It's solid, it's got a good viewfinder, it's clear. Both of these have the same problem. And I'm reading online that this is pretty common. If you put it on bulb and you take it off automatic and you put it on 1.9, you should be able to see the aperture is wide open, and it's not. The aperture is closed down to f16. Thinking hopefully you can see that. And the shutter speeds all work. The difference between 1 second, might have been a little bit of a long 1 second. I don't shoot that all that often. But 1/8 of a second. That sounds pretty good. 1/25 sounds fine. The focus inside the viewfinder, the focus looks like it's accurate. The rangefinder looks like it's lining up, and it's approximately where the distance scale would be anyway. But the aperture isn't working. Now, I don't have batteries for this, so I need to go get some batteries and see if there's a replacement for what they actually took originally. But this camera, it doesn't need batteries to set an aperture. The aperture is completely mechanical. And unfortunately, no matter what aperture I set it at, it only stays at f16. So this camera isn't that useful. I can only shoot at, shutter speeds that work with f16, or else I can't really shoot indoors very much. I like the build quality, but I've heard a lot of problems with these, and like I said, this is the second one I've picked up. This one's in really clean condition. The pass sticker is still intact. It doesn't even look like it's been used. It's really clean inside. It's really clean on the back. It's a really nice camera, but unfortunately, oh, there was a roll of film in it when I got it. It's a roll of Fuji 24. I'd like to process it someday and see what's on it. I just think it's fun to see what did somebody shoot and how long ago did they shoot this. Fuji Color F2. Film for color prints. So again, the camera's in really good shape, but that aperture, when I put it on bulb, this is the way you check it. And then you fire the shutter. If you can see through that, I'm trying to make it so you can. You should be able to see the aperture closing and opening. This is f16. This is f1.9. I'm going to turn it around this way. Maybe I'll be able to see it better. This is f16. This is 1.9. I have the back open. And this is f16, and it's the same. It doesn't change any. So maybe I can go and see if I can repair it. I don't think it's worth repairing and getting a serviceman on it, because I don't think the camera is worth enough to do it. But again, this camera cost me $2 at a thrift store, and I thought, it's a beautiful, well-made looking piece. It just has that aperture problem, and other people have talked about it and reported having the same problem. Look at this cool little lens hood that it's built right into the camera. I love stuff like that. And I love that the little distance throw for the focus is really short. I like that the aperture and the shutter speeds are right next to each other. It's a really good, smart camera. It's just that aperture, I can't use it always on f16. And that's where we're stuck. So if you get one of these, be careful of, check it to make sure that both your aperture and your shutter speed are turning and working, because I've had 2 now that came through. Not a lot of money spent on them, but between the 2 of them, both of them have the exact same problem. When I saw this at the shop, I was thinking, is this my own camera? I have a camera that does the same thing. It has the same problem. That's the problem with the Konica Auto S. I've heard the Auto S2 has the same problem. It could be taken apart, could lubricate the iris You could put a little bit of lighter fluid. That seems to work and it evaporates. You can put a little bit of that on it, but you have to take it apart to get to it. Will I do that? Maybe. This one only costs $2. It might be worth taking it apart and maybe destroying it. But if I can make it work, it would be nice to have a working Konica Auto S. Came with this really cool leather half case. That was so common back then. It had the other part of the case too, but that part was all broken. So I threw that away. And again, it actually came with a nice leather strap that I actually will use somewhere else, because I think that this strap will come in handy on a camera that I have that does work. And I like the fact that it had a nice, well-made leather strap that wasn't dry rotting and was working. So even that's worth $2. The Konica Auto S, if you have one of these, do you have an aperture problem? I'd love to hear your comments, and I like answering questions and talking cameras with you. So thanks for watching. I look forward to bringing you more cameras all the time. And thanks again for watching. Hit that subscribe button and stick with me. We'll talk about cameras some more. Talk to you soon.